and this is your general reading for the month of September. All right, so we're going to take a look at what is some of the good news for the month of September, because we're going to start with good news. For those of you that know me, I ain't got no time for sulking around. I'll feel a little bit bad for a while, but I like to embrace that new start, that new beginning. Let's see what we can do about things. So we're going to start off with some good news, and then we're going to get some life guidance for you. Then we're going to look at your tarot. We're going to look at your recent past, your current space, what's coming toward you. We're going to have an overall energy, so like an overall sort of like vibe for what is going on for you at the moment. Then we're going to clarify. We're going to look at what are maybe some of the, potential sort of challenges and things that you want to look at that could be to your detriment, if left unchecked. And then at the end of the reading, just to really give you that extra little bit of something, Aries, I'm going to let you ask 3 questions, and I'm going to draw 3 cards from that Angel Oracle deck for you in answer to those questions. I want to give you a lot so that you really sort of strengthened up and ready, to like go, 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 for September, to see what is the best way that I can channel information for you. And the collective entity that I channel, they call themselves Smile. That's how they presented themselves to me. Very interesting enough. 3.5 bottles of red wine and a bottle of bubbly later with my best friend in the middle of the night one day. Boom, Smile was just there. Okay. So this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. Maybe you've got strong Aries in your chart. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries. Maybe you're a cross-watcher. And with cross-watching, I would always recommend that you cross-watch with honorable intentions, okay? If you see something in the reading that resonates with you, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, accept it for yourself. I really appreciate all of you that like my videos, comment, share, and subscribe, because all of those things help to grow my channel. But just by liking a video, you actually expand the organic reach, which means other people get to see it and benefit from it as well. And for those of you that know me, I only do what I do from a point of love because I want to help. All right. And I especially want to say thank you to all of you that send me such beautiful messages, that make donations to my channel. Know that I really, 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 really appreciate that. It means so much to me, and I'm so grateful. Okay, let's get started. Let's get into the reading. So, looking at just some good stuff and some good news and some yummy, yummy goodness for September for you. All right. And using the the good tarot. I call it Baron Reed. Let's see what we got for you, Aries, for September. Spirit guides and guardian angels, please guide my hands. We're not going to take all of those cards, but I'm going to take the top one, okay? And what is the top one? Let's see. 8 of Air, which is 8 of Swords. All right. And this is a space where, when we think of 8 of Swords, this is a space where we sometimes feel sort of almost like trapped in life, and let me show you the 8 of Swords quickly here from the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. We're going to use these cards to do your reading, but I just wanted to show you that card just to show you what I'm speaking about, because sometimes in life we feel like there's no sort of solution to what it is that we have, and the situation that we're in. 10 of Swords is when you kind of overcame that 8 of Swords situation. I do also have a detailed tarot reading course. There's a link in the description for that. You can sign up for it. There's 9 of Swords, which is about that emotional release sometimes of things that we are holding on to. But we are looking for the 8 of Swords, which seems committed to not being found. I'm just going to try one more time. But while I'm doing that, what we also have, Aries, and what we are looking at, I probably went straight past the card. But what we are looking at is also, there we go. It's that feeling sometimes in life where we feel we are stuck and we feel there's no way out and we feel there's no solution. You feel all sort of tied up and you can't see and you can't move, and you can maybe walk, but you're not sure which is the best way to go in. You don't sort of want to take any sort of risk. Sorry. But In that same token, you are encouraged to open yourself to the idea of compassion, compassion from the universe, Aries, compassion from your soul family, I find it interesting how, as human beings, we would often be, completely. Say that we open to working with our soul family and with our guides and with our guardians and with our angels and, with other life forms and other beings. And we, interested in living our greatest good and to find the magic inside of ourselves and all of those really, really fantastic things, which I personally definitely, encourage you to do because those are brilliant, wonderful things. But what is interesting is that when we sometimes in life get into a point where we feel stuck and we can't see the solution, we just readily assume that there's no solution. But you would have heard me say this before, and if you stick with me, you will hear me say this again. Just because you don't see the solution doesn't mean that it's not there. All right. And I'm going to give you an example. At the moment, so yesterday morning, I woke up and, it was just a normal morning. I was in a very good mood, felt very positive. Sun was shining. It was lovely, the morning rays on my bed. And I woke up and said morning to life, had some breakfast, and all of a sudden, it's almost like my whole life just turned. My stomach turned. I was vomiting. I felt really weak. And I said, oh, well, oh, well. I gave myself a little break. I said, well, maybe you've been a little bit at it there for a while. Give myself a little break. And then I started to reset my computer, my factory reset my laptop because it was very, very slow all of a sudden. And then the thing didn't want to work. Now the whole thing is combust. I'm supposed to finish off my detailed online tarot reading course. I'm supposed to finish my website. How will I get in hold of my clients? How will I use Zoom? What will I do? And I said to myself, you know what, Adrian, we're not going to do this. We're not going to play this game. I am 39 years old at the moment. I have come through so many things in my life before. There were so many times when things seemed impossible. There were so many times when it seemed that I was being derailed from, a good plan or a great plan or anything like that. And interesting enough, I thought about that this morning again. And I also started to reread this book by Elizabeth Gilbert again, Big Magic, the author of Eat, Pray, Love. This is an amazing book. If you ever sort of feel like you kind of lost your flow in life and, all those type of things, this is a very good book to read. And this is the energy that we are speaking about at the moment for you as well, Aries, is that there is grace that is available here for you. There's solutions that are available here for you throughout September right now, whenever you look at this. And it's not just a September thing. This is a always sort of thing with the universe. So if you're feeling at the moment that there's no hope, there's no chance, there's no point, is it ever going to work? Be nice to yourself. Think of the words you are using with yourself. Think of the thoughts that you are entertaining inside of your mind about yourself and about life and about love and about your value. And things happen. I mean, I'm single, and I really quite like it because it allows me very much to sort of live the way that I want to live. And I'm a little bit of a gangster when it comes to taking that personal time for myself because I do whatever I want to do and when I want to do it. And if I want to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have a cup of coffee and sit outside on the balcony or whatever the case may be, it's lovely because I can do that. All right. But like any human being, there is those times when I think like, oh, I feel a little bit lonely. Will things ever work out for me? At the moment, I've got this thing that I would really love to get like a huge fish tank. I've had fish tanks before, but I want this really, really big one with like angelfish and corridors, and I've got it all sort of worked out, the plant and the pump and everything that I want to have. Will it happen for me? Yes. When? Well, I will tell you one thing for certain. When it comes to manifestation, I'm really good. And I've got a way of getting things in life to always work out for me better than I imagined. And the reason why that is, which I firmly believe, is I will say what I want to have, but then I surrender the rest to the universe, understanding, trusting, and believing that there's a force outside there. You can call it greater than me if you want to, but I believe that I am a natural expression. I actually believe that all of humanity and all of life, planet Earth itself, is a natural expression of love, of light, that we are the miracle that we've been looking for. Um, And I know that the world could be feeling very divided at the moment, but when you think about it, really, really think about it, when is the last time that something has actually really united all of humanity? All of humanity. I mean, seriously, whether you are of the richest, the poorest, happy, positive, negative, whatever it may be, feeling there's no hope, everybody for once is in the same sort of, you can call it the same water, the same boat, the same situation. It's the same essence. And because we are in this process of global expansion, all right? And what does global expansion mean? Everybody needs to get on board. And that means that there are solutions for your problems, Aries. There are solutions for your concerns. There are solutions for all the all the sort of roadblocks that you feel you are hitting, the walls that you feel that you are hitting. And sometimes when we can simply surrender and be open to the idea that there's a greater universal force that has got our back, boom, 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 just like that, solution comes through. Sexy as hell. Okay. Let's see what guidance we have for you for September. And you know what? Even if you're not feeling this great at the moment and you're feeling a little bit blare, it's okay. Feel the way that you feel. Okay? Remember, you're allowed to have feelings. I mean, feelings is sometimes a very good guide for you to have in this world as well. But just be mindful to not entertain every little single thought that the mind brings to you. It's Michael A. Singer in his book, The Untethered Soul, which speaks about this so profoundly, the mind. And because I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner, I'm very interested in the mind. But Michael A. Singer speaks about this, and he says that, and the example that he makes in this book is, imagine if you're a younger person and you have, say, maybe a date with someone, like a dinner date, and let's just say it's a romantic thing because it just hits a little harder, or a little bit more profoundly. And this person doesn't arrive, you get all ready, you said 7 o'clock, you put on your best clothes, you make your best dish, maybe you've been on YouTube forever to try and refine a recipe, maybe it's cost you many, many rands, dollars, pounds, whatever currency you're working in, to get this pattern right. And yeah, this person is not arriving. 7 o'clock, quarter to seven has come, nothing. 5 to 7, 5 after 7, 7:30, 7:45, and your mind says to you, "Look at this, you stupid fool. You thought that this will work out. Look at you. You put yourself up for this." And then it reminds you of, remember last time with Johnny or Susan or James or Magdalene or whatever the person is that you were dealing with. Next thing, you get depressed about a car that you didn't get, or the job that you didn't get, or the sort of recognition that you didn't get, and the loan that you didn't get, and you couldn't go in that direction and that direction. And then at 7:50, the person arrives and they're like, "I'm so horribly sorry, you wouldn't believe what happened. I ran into this, I ran into that, my car broke down, I couldn't call you, I didn't have mobile service," or, maybe you're dealing with a doctor and there was an emergency and they had to act right now. And then the same mind that told you what a horrible person this is goes like, "Oh my goodness, look at this, such a saint. And then you fall almost double in love with this person. It's the same mind. So you can listen to your mind, but don't allow your mind to become your enemy, okay, or to run your life. Wow. Let's see what we got for guidance for you for September. I love this deck of cards. I absolutely love this deck of cards. It was a gift to me by my sister. Actually, that deck was a gift to me as well by one of my subscribers. And this deck was recommended to me by my best friend, which I'm so glad I got. That one I really loved. I got to a shop, the one that said, "God, I need a miracle." And I saw the deck. I was like, "Oh my goodness." I saw that same deck at that same shop at a different time. I got so excited. I actually blocked my credit card and my friend was with me and she had to pay for it. And this beautiful deck, I live in Cape Town in South Africa. I remember I was in Johannesburg when I had this deck. And let me tell you that story quickly because it's such a beautiful story to let you know that there is this universal force that is always taking care of us. So I was in Johannesburg, no job, no money, no way out, feeling so lost, feeling so trapped. And I've always wanted to have a Rider-Waite tarot deck. But for some reason, I just couldn't find it. Like, I mean, seriously, I couldn't find it online. I couldn't find it in a store. It wasn't ever in stock when I wanted it, when I had money. When I didn't have money, then it would be in stock. And I was like, oh, well, whatever. And so consequently, I got a couple of other decks. And I obviously way back in the day had a Rider-Waite, and I also have the Radiant Rider-Waite, but I wanted the traditional one, which I couldn't get. And so this one day in Johannesburg, I'm walking up, and I had very little money in my pocket, feeling very lost in the world, incredibly sorry for myself. And I said, you know what, God? Or source or universe or whatever word it is that you want to use. I normally say source of all. If there's ever a day that you want to show to me that you are at my side and that I'm not alone, then today is the day. And I wasn't specific about what I wanted. And I remember I had just enough money in my pocket for a 5 liter. Now I don't really know how gallons work, but 5 liters quite a bit. And I think it's about bottles, 750 ml bottles, regular sized bottles of wine. And there's this one store that had this box of white wine, dry white wine, and I don't know what they added to that wine or how they made it, but 2, 3 glasses down the line, and you are, you really feeling that booze. And so to me, that was a very good decision because since I was feeling so bad for myself and I didn't see a solution out, I was almost guaranteed that I could be drunk for a couple of days. And I wanted it. But then as I was walking past this bookstore, and the part of Johannesburg that I was living in is called Dainfern, and it's a very, very expensive area. And ironically, I lived there for free. So I was walking past this bookstore, which is also a really, really expensive bookstore, and I saw this deck of cards in the window. And interestingly enough, I've been doing tarot for 20 years now, and the first time I saw a tarot deck was also when I walked past a store, a music store, and I saw a deck of cards in the window. And that one was on special, and this one was on special. And I said, well, I really want this, but I do definitely want the wine more because, I was feeling terrible. So I went into the store. And it's so amazing how it turned out that the wine happened to be on special and it came with a free packet of chips. And then I had just enough money to also buy the deck of cards. That is how life can take care of you if you're ready. So if you're feeling in a space where you would need you would really appreciate a miracle right now, Aries, ask for it. Okay? Ask for confirmation. I always teach this to my psychic development students as well. Ask for confirmation that the universe is there for you. Okay. Speaking of that, something that I actually want to do is I was thinking of maybe opening like a membership site here on YouTube where you can get extendeds on your readings, but then there could also be some psychic development coaching in there, and that'll just be included in the deal. It doesn't have to be extra. Let me know if there's something that you would like to have, because there's so much that I'd like to share with you. I'm going to take this card, okay? Ha 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 ha! Look at us, Aries. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. Okay? Look at that. You have doesn't this make you think like the magician in traditional tarot? You have got what it takes to create miracles in your life. I think we are so used to being a miracle that we forget that we are a miracle. But you are a miracle, like it kind of brings tears to my eyes when I even think about this, when I even speak about it. But when you think about it, you consist of two parts that came together, two really tiny parts, by the way, that came together, that turned into a fetus, that turned into a baby, that turned into a baby that was ready to be born, that turned into a young toddler and a young human, a teenager, a young teen, wherever you are in your life. You called it into existence. All of the universe is an expression, all the love, all the positivity, all the light in the universe. You are representing that in physical form. Ask for help. It's not even begging, it's asking for help. All right? Ask for a solution for you. Let life help you, support you, be there for you. Let's look at your tarot. Let's look at your tarot for September. There's a 10 of swords again. So there's a definite release taking place here for you. I'm going to take this card. What is that? Cancer energy. Okay. In your recent cards, we're going to give it a overall energy. Okay, sure. So working with my spiritual team Smile as well. They normally give me, let me know what's going on. Alrighty. Not bad at all. Now, do you see why I sometimes don't want you all to see my cards when I draw? Because it's a little bit of a wild flow sometimes, but let's just tidy it up. Because you are here for the message, right? Not to see how untidy my life can be sometimes in my cards. It's not really what it's about. And you know, my best friend, there's actually a link for in the description. She's got a business called I Am Social, or I Am Social. And she always tried to explain to me that people are here for the message. They don't always care what your sort of like setup looks like. But you know, I was always feeling like, oh my goodness, it's such a mess. But well, the mess is revealed. And then the mess is tidied up. So overall energy, you've got the Chariot. And then in your recent past, there's the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. In your current space, you have got the Two of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and also the Three of Wands. And then in the energy coming towards you, look at how profound this is now. This is real magic over here. You've got the Ace of Wands, the Sun card, and there is the Ten of Cups over there. So when I look at this, Aries, and this is actually a very straightforward message for you, by the way. But this is an embrace of your light side and your dark side. So maybe either you dealing with a Cancer, or maybe you've got strong Cancer in your chart. All right. Or maybe you are a Cancer cross-watching, you know, dealing with an Aries. Or maybe, you know, you are a Cancer with just strong Aries in your chart. Whatever it may be. There's a sense of balance here, and the energy of this card, the moving forward energy of this card, goes along with the full acceptance of the good as well as the bad. All right. Now, you will often see, and at some point I will make some videos about the different zodiac signs, but you will often see when people are describing, you know, Cancer, the water sign, they'll be like, you know, Cancers are so nice and soft, and they're so gentle, and they're so flowing, and they're always so calm, and I can tell you one thing for a fact. I'm a Cancer. As true as all of those things are, when you think of a water sign, you know, also think of things like tsunamis, you know, and storms. It can be quite a turbulent thing. And so what I feel is that for you, sorry, there's a sense of acceptance in your life of everything, the good, the bad, the up, the down, you know. But I almost feel like some of you have kind of almost like given up, which is a feeling that a person can have sometimes, maybe given up on yourself, on your dreams, on your romance, that a solution will ever come out. You'll be like, oh, they will never change, you know, or nothing will ever change. But I also feel that there's a sense of you moving forward, because sometimes, you know, even though a lot of people say don't buy into sort of like the bad and those type of things, sometimes we have to sort of accept that it is what it is. And say, I'm going to make peace with that. If this is my last sort of run with whatever this is, I'm going to make it magic. I'm not going to allow this to impact me badly, or to impact me overall. And I'm getting so excited, I literally just took my top off. You know, I'm literally standing here topless doing your reading, because I feel like this reading has got me on fire. All right. So there was some discretion that needed to be used there in the recent past. And I feel for some of you that meant that you had to walk away from certain things, certain people, certain ways, that maybe a situation that you thought that you could rekindle again. It's almost like there was a reminder for you as to why it is that you stepped away initially from a certain situation, from a person. You came to almost I would almost say re-understand or re-remind yourself again, you know, as to why it is that you moved away from this particular space, this particular person, energy that you understood wasn't really for you. Maybe it was a perfect lesson. And I also feel that for some of you, you didn't really want to step away from the situation, because, you know, the familiar has a tendency of feeling comfortable, even when it's not always all that comfortable. But you were starting something new. You were starting a new empire within your life, you know, whether it was business, whether it was love. But I generally feel, Aries, that there's a sense of respect that you. I won't say that you lost it, but it's almost like it dwindled away a little bit, you know, by trying to do the right thing, you know, being the right sort of person, you know, the way that we sometimes justify the bullshit in life, that sort of thing, you know. But I also feel that you under I don't really actually feel even so much that you stepped away. It's almost like the past came back, you know. And again, this could be a person, a situation. It could be some same thing you sort of like presented in multiple ways, but it's almost like it came back in a sense. and there was, like when there's a knock on the door and you sort of open the door and somebody comes inside, and you give them a cup of tea and you have some cookies and everything is really, really wonderful, and you share some stories like when we weren't together, and then it starts to dawn on you, this isn't going to work. Okay. And I felt that there was that realization, but there was also a peaceful separation, maybe a little bit of a here and there, but I feel there was a sense of peace from you, which means you didn't create negative karma for yourself. You actually created positive karma for yourself, because when everything is said and done, at the end of the day, your sole responsibility is really to look after yourself, and to honor yourself and to respect yourself and to love yourself and to cherish yourself, honor yourself. That things that I just said. Um, there's an expression of your soul that started over here. Maybe, this could be maybe like a new business, or just, I feel building towards something that is just for you. It's almost like let's say like a writer, for example. I love writing, and yeah, I'm relatively good at it. I won't exactly call myself a bestseller, but maybe at one point I will put something out there, and who knows, maybe it does well, maybe it doesn't. But I feel that for you, it was that sense of when it comes to something like writing, it's more like doing it for your own pleasure, because it lights up your own soul. It gives you joy. And I feel that your relationship with that new start, that new beginning, maybe that new business, entrepreneurship, maybe it's for some of you, it is taking the journey of being single, saying, okay, what is the single thing going to do for me? Let's see how this works. Let's really entice ourselves in that. You're building a good relationship with that. And I also feel this is that sense where you take the responsibility away from something. So let's say, for example, you start a book, you start a new business, you start a new hobby, you start training something new, you're single, whatever it may be, that we sometimes feel that that thing is supposed to make us happy. But this is just you doing things for yourself, just for the mere joy of living life. And I mean, why shouldn't you? Then in your current space, there's a little bit of contemplation that's happening here at the moment, here with the Two of Wands. Which direction to go in next? Do I head in that way, or do I head in that way? What do I do? What is going to serve my world best? I also feel that for some of you, you may have actually let go of relationships and jobs, and even certain friendships maybe. But friendships, I felt you might have just pulled it back a little bit maybe. For some of you, it could mean that you maybe have a very good, successful business, and if you do, I'm very happy for you. That to give yourself some time maybe to travel. Maybe some of you are feeling that you have done the responsible thing in your life. So you've done what what the world tells you that you're supposed to do, but now there's almost like that missing link within yourself, that missing part within yourself, and you are chasing the missing link. Chasing that part of you that is sort of like that part of your soul. It's like a realization that time is not going to last forever. Okay, it's like finding your spark back. And sometimes, so many times when I speak to people, just not even clients, just people in general, and I do what I call tarot life coaching, which is basically tarot, but I'm also very psychic. I'm very intuitive. I really want to help people. I started CBT. I started NLP, regression hypnosis, and all those type of things, and I bring it all together. And then a question I normally ask, and I want to ask you this question today as well. And if you don't feel this, please don't try to make it a thing if it's not a thing for you. This is only if it applies to you. But if you are feeling unhappy in your life, really take some time out without trying to be judgmental towards yourself or others or life or situations or nothing like that. When is the last time that you were actually really happy? Or if you already know that you're unhappy, when is the first time that you noticed that you're unhappy? And then when you look at the first time you noticed that you were happy, really look a little bit deeper and ask yourself, but when is the last time I was actually happy? Because sometimes we've been unhappy for a very long time. You don't even realize it. All right. start of new things here. There might be a little bit of doubt here for you at the moment within yourself, so there is the vision and there's the inspiration and the motivation and the desire and the calling and all of those things, but there might be a little bit of self-doubt going on here, like, can I, you know can I do this? Is this for me? Is this even possible? I feel September is a time for you to get rid of self-doubt. It's a time to get rid of self-doubt. It's a time to really get to see your own magic, your own magnificence. And I feel that for many of you, and when you look at it, I feel that for many of you, it's like you, I wouldn't say consciously, but almost like subconsciously worked with the universe to point out to yourself the things in your life that are actually not working, that you don't like. And sometimes it's a good thing to also open yourself and really think, who were the people that were there through for me through my darkest times? Who are the people that I can really be my own wacky, crazy Aries self with? Because I mean, Aries really isn't everybody's cup of tea. But here's the thing, though. I think that Aries is everybody's cup of tea. But it's about really just being you, okay? Um, and as you can, one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Okay, just because you can do incredible things in this world doesn't mean that everything has to be done all at once. Don't overwhelm yourself. Okay. Just got a post. I'm recording this on my mobile phone, and I was just looking. I got the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful text message from a wonderful friend of mine who is not in Aries, but has got very strong Aries in a chart. I haven't seen a chart, but I can pick up that Aries vibes. Okay. Um, you are coming into a space where I feel that your alignment is coming of such a nature where you realize that yes, you could go over there, but when we realize that the magic that you seek is where you are, that it's not over there, that it's over here, and that is when you become that magnet for what it is that you want to have, and as a person that, I mean, I can give you a master's on running away from life, because I've been running away from life for many, many years. And trust me, it only gets worse because you are feeding the energy that you're trying to get away from. And so there is a little bit of that space, and some of you might be in a space where you're sort of justifying it. It's going to be better over there. It's definitely going to be better over there. The grass is going to be greener over there. The grass is greenest where you feed the grass. Okay? And there's learn to, or be open to this if this is resonating with you, to um to have how do I put this, be open and to the idea of actually drawing strength from yourself, being your own biggest cheerleader, being your own biggest fan. So maybe the relationship's not working out, the friendship's not working out, the job's not working out, family members, home, rent, bond, car. The list can be quite long. But don't drop yourself, though. Be your own greatest supporter, all right? And that is what brings you to the space where instead of needing to go over there to get what you want to have, you can actually stand over here and draw it to yourself. Because there's a beautiful divine intervention that's coming here for you. Your heart is opening. For some of you, your heart's quite close. You are, it's in the space of opening. And it started in the recent past when you really started to sort of stand up for yourself, against yourself, really. But for many of you, people look at you and they see you being happy and jolly and laughing and jovial and, all those wonderful type of things. Ha 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 ha, But within, you're unhappy. For many of you, you are feeling horrible because you're not being yourself and you're not honoring yourself. You're just pretending that you are. And that really doesn't work. It just causes more unhappiness. But I feel that your heart is opening, because you get to see the beautiful light of who you are. And it all started over there. And that is how you're moving forward over there with the chariot. Because you're moving forward without trying to be a saint or this proper person who's all got it together. Because most people that we look at having it together actually don't have it together. All right? And look at the wonderful things that are coming here your way. The sun, the 10 of cups. This is wonderful vibration. This is a alignment. This is your heart's desires. Some of you are wishing to have families, you're wishing to have married, you're wishing to be independent, you're wishing to just be able to live your life, but you feel that it's never going to happen. So for many of you, you justify life like, I must do this, who's ever actually happy? I remember this one day I was speaking to my cousin. I was at her home and I was asking her, hey, how's your new job going? And she was like, nah, nah. Is a person even supposed to be happy in your job? You're not really ever supposed to be happy in your job. Something inside me went like, boom, nope, nope, nope. That it truly didn't resonate with me, okay? You're about to step into your magic, okay? Let's clarify things for you. What an exciting reading. What an exciting reading. So we're going to clarify things for you because now we want to know a little bit more, okay? Now we want to know a little bit more. And if you have a reading with me, if you have a 1 hour reading, this is pretty much what we are doing. And then if you have a 2 hour reading, we go more into details, maybe some additional channeling. And normally for that, I use a Celtic cross spread, which is like 10 cards as well, but it's spread in a very different sort of way. It gives you so much more information, and we clarify every card. But if I'm going to clarify every card here, then this reading is going to go to like an hour. And, you got stuff to do. I'm pretty sure of that. Let me know if you prefer me to do the reading this way as well, the more live way. Even if you're not on the live, it's perfectly fine. Because if I do it on my phone, I have to be, thinking about capacity and space. And, then I have to upload the reading, and that takes a while. Whereas, I can just let it flow. Okay. So, you got 3 cards that came out right there. For your clarifying the Chariot over there, you got the Strength card, you got the Knight of Pentacles, and you got the Hanged Man. Powerful, powerful energies. Sorry. All very much energies of completion. So, there we see. Maybe you've been dealing with a Leo, and maybe you're actually holding on to an energy over here that is not serving you in the best possible way. Okay, there's a strength that's coming out here. There's a strength, and there's a you really standing up for yourself over here, which I love. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Sorry, there's an inner peace that you are finding here, inner sense that you're finding inside of you, and because you're busy finding this inner peace within yourself, and you're aligning with that, your outer world start to reflect that balance as well, which is actually really, really beautiful. You're in a space here because you're moving forward with such intensity, and as I said again, whether that means that you're fully happy, you're angry, whatever, you're moving forward in truth and in honesty, with that authenticity. It also leads to great worldly success, abundance, finances, jobs. So if you feel, for many of you, I feel there with the Hanged Man, it's like your soul is tired, you are exhausted, you need a break. Take the break, okay? If you already feel, and think about it like this, if you already feel that nothing in life is working out, and nothing is worth it, and everything is a mess, and everything is like a roadkill sort of situation, then you can just as well take the break. Because you already feel like nothing is working out. And as you do, this is about getting in the surrender space, because things have the capacity to get so much better for you over here. You're releasing from major things and traumas, and maybe, family patterns and beliefs and things that were holding you back. Major release over there. Okay? And for some of you, it can even have notable change in your life where people go like, oh, what's going on with you? Because you're not having that almost like automatic defensiveness about you anymore. So your personal relationship with others, they improve by default. Okay. Sorry. Alignment with lots of abundance there for you, actual materialistic abundance in this world, the things that keep you awake at night, worrying, stressing, that sort of stuff. I feel that for some of you, it's almost like you might have, let's say, personal property, but it kind of comes with some, I don't know, terms and conditions, working out through that for you. And there's an alignment that's available. There's so much better available for you, so much better. Okay. So we're not going to clarify all the cards, but I would like to clarify that 8 of Pentacles over there in your recent past. Oh my goodness. speak about repeating itself. So the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. All right. So definitely be like look at this. So remember the Hermit and the Hanged Man are both about taking a break. All right. Um, and the one is just sort of like more about taking like a soul break, maybe a little break of your emotions, alignment, and more sort of like a spiritual sense. So maybe there's a beautiful sense of spiritual alignment that's taking place in your life, but also a physical, actual body break. All right. So if you've maybe been really, really, really running yourself um, to the point that there's almost nothing left of you, don't need to do that. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, divine intervention, and the Magician. That break that you take will bring you everything your heart desires. And that doesn't mean that you have to neglect your responsibility, that sort of thing. But maybe just, while you are driving in the car, put on some music and go like, maybe that's your vibe. Or maybe you've got more of a classical sort of like, oh, whatever it really is. Or what is going to make you happy? Obviously, I'm a big advocate for conscious living, and that includes your diet and your nutrition and all those type of things. But really think about it. What is the point of never having ice cream if it makes you feel entirely miserable and one little ice cream is going to peep you up? I mean, come on, think about it. All right. We're going to look at this Three of Wands that is coming there from the Seven of Pentacles in your current space. What is that about, please, in your current energy? Three cards came out. We've got the Two of Cups on top, the King of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. This is love. This is love. This is alignment. So for those of you that are feeling, am I ever going to find love? Good news for you. And almost that inner peace also, and it honors you. So for many of you, maybe, in Aries, you can be a little bit of a challenging one sometimes, and you are finding, I feel, your alignment within your life and with others. So it comes from within, but it spreads to others, because what happens inside of us spreads outside into the world, in our sense of being. There's such a beautiful sense of peace that's coming into your life, and your life is aligning in such a way that you don't have to change who you are. You can be who you are, 100% you, because now you're flowing in your Eunice there with the Chariot. Remember your overall energy? And so I feel that you are now making connections, or maybe allowing yourself to have connection that you might have had for a while, that you don't have to change who you are. Maybe you're dealing with someone who actually does want you to be you, but that in itself, I feel that it might cause you a little bit of anxiety at the moment. So if you get things going out, working out, sorry, and maybe you're with someone, and it seems wonderful new, or a new job, or a new adventure, and I feel especially love and relationships, it is normal to feel a little jumpy in the beginning, because you've got your mind saying to you, like, oh my goodness, can you trust this? What if this doesn't work? That sort of thing. Know that you are the key. Okay? Let's look at the energy coming towards you. Potential outcome. That card fell right out. And we are clarifying the Ace of Wands. My goodness. My goodness. Remember, the Ace of Wands is a divine intervention. It's your heart opening. And it is clarified by three major arcana cards. The Empress. That is what we spoke about. That energy of three. That inner strength within yourself. That alignment with all of who you are and all of what nature is and the universe is and source of all mind, body, spirit, whatever you want to call it, there's something beautiful, beautiful, beautiful that's coming your way. The best for you is yet to come. You haven't seen the best yet. All right, the best is yet to come for you. And as you align with all that best that's coming to you, you are creating new miracles. So even though you are going to a space, sort of like from a point that felt very dark into the light, and you're getting a... All right, sorry about that. I do apologize. As I said, I'm doing this from my phone and somebody called me. You're going to a space where you are creating actually even more miracles for yourself, more beautiful miracles for yourself. Okay. Let's look at the Sun, as well as the 10 of Cups in the energy coming towards you. We're going to draw only one card, and let's see which one we're going to take. Let's do it like this. Let's draw this one. Okay. Let's see what we have. Ha! The Wheel of Fortune, end of cycle, start of new beginnings. Beautiful, 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 wonderful things to look forward to. How amazing is that? You know, leaving behind those cobwebs. Now, let's look at some of the things that could be challenging for you. Oh, my goodness, that came right out. What is that? Nine of Swords, holding on. Remember also where else we spoke about it? It came out somewhere, I can't remember, but holding on, not letting go. You might, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be concerned about things in your life, but you might be holding on to things that you don't really need to be holding on to. Okay. And a good question to ask sometimes, Aries, is what I'm holding on to, is this actual stress right now and fear right now? And do I need to have this right now? Or if I just trained myself that it's sort of like proactive and safe to feel this way, that I should feel this way because it's a safe way to feel. Okay. Now it's time for those 3 questions. I hope that it helped you. Now it's time for those 3 questions that you might have within yourself. Let's shuffle you some cards for your questions. Question number 1. Question number 1 for Aries, please, for September. This is a really good flow that you're going, and I feel that you can actually sort of start to see the miracles in your life at the moment already, which I love so much. Okay, number 1, take action. All right. So you might feel that you want to do something, but you're like, I don't know if I can, if I should, what if I fail? But my darling, what if you fly? Okay. Question number 2. And even sometimes we can be so afraid to take action because what if I take this action and, I don't know, I take this action and say, for example, I open myself to my feelings, or I share my ideas with someone, other people laugh at me, or maybe the other person doesn't feel the same. Well, at least you can tick it off your box now, as opposed to thinking, worrying, hoping, wishing, at least now you know. Question number 2, reconsider. Okay. And question number 3, drum roll please. Boom, 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 boom. It just came right out. And it came out in reverse actually, and it says no. So maybe reconsider before just saying no. You might be missing out on something beautiful here. Be careful to not just say no. And again, are you acting from logic or are you actually acting from fear? And try not to make that a thing as well, okay? Just ask yourself, does this resonate with my heart? Does this resonate with my logic? Tick, tick, great. Does this fit into my life? Is this who I want to be? All right. So that's what I got for you, Aries. I hope that helps. I'd really appreciate you liking the video because it helps my channel to grow. I'd really appreciate you subscribing. I love comments. Feel free to share. Remember, you subscribe to hit that notification bell. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, regression hypnosis, crystal Reiki, maybe coaching, anything like that, my email address is in the description. Send me a mail. We set it up for you. Till next time. Bye-bye.